Our friends at Archer's Advantage are on target when it comes to the sport of archery. It's booming and it's not hard to see why. We went out to Beebe to follow Scott and Rachel Smith as they lead a group of youth archers to teach them the principles of archery and life.
Pretty good.
That's one of my better shots. I didn't miss this time.
That was good.
Scott Smith posted an inquiry on a BB community Facebook page. Anyone interested in archery? It ended up with dozens of parents and kids more than ready. Scott merely followed the lead of his own family. When the lifelong enthusiast was getting ready for another bow season, his daughter showed interest.
I said, Ruby, do you think you might want to go shoot some competitions? And she said, yeah, I think we'd like that. So it started with her, and then my wife started shooting, and my youngest daughter, who's 9, started shooting. And we met a woman named Tracy Shaw, who just has an unbelievable love of the outdoors and for children. And together we're just got, I think she's got 15 or 20 up in Jonesboro area. They're in her club. Combined with our club, man, it's just, we're growing by leaps and bounds. We're doing great things. We're offering college scholarships for these kids, you know, when they get on up in age. But it just, after meeting Tracy, it just seemed like doors started opening and good things started happening and more kids started coming.
Right here
The destroyed one
is a 10,
Okay.
and then this one would be an 8, and then any part of the target outside of here.
Here will be a 14.
if
That's
we
a
were doing that
14.
rule.
Sometimes they do this, sometimes they
Oh,
don't.
okay. So sometimes
And-
they count that and sometimes not.
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
then the 2 circles. Most of the time it's the bottom circle, but sometimes if right here it's all roughed up and you can't see it, you can call tops, and if you hit that circle, that's worth 12 points.
Successful archery mandates an ability to focus with precision. These skills transfer well to a target and to life. Coach Smith helps these kids handle the pressure and performance.
We just want them to have fun. You know, we've taught them from day one the shot process. That everything needs to be exactly the same every single time, from the way you stand to the grip to the way you follow through. And once it just becomes muscle memory, once they get to where they can do it every time exactly the same, then everything else just kind of falls in place. And they've realized that, hey, it's a whole lot more fun when I'm not back there looking for arrows, when I can just walk up and pull them out of the bullseye. And we're not only trying to teach them archery, we're trying to teach them how to love the outdoors through archery. And we also have a conservation side. We'll take these kids fishing, we'll take them hunting, we'll show them what deer tracks look like, we'll show them what an ethical kill is, which is basically what we're doing with these 3D targets. But for those that don't want to hunt, hey, you know what? It's great for them just to be outside, to be a part of something that takes so much focus, and know that when you're at full draw, everything else in the world just melts away. It's just you and the flight of that arrow.
Today's practice is all about preparing for the R100, the top tournament in the state.
We have the most fun 3D tournament that the state offers, in my opinion. That's the R100. It's 100 targets over 2 ranges, everything that Reinhardt makes as a target, anywhere from little bitty bears to great big Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Today's practice ends with a student challenging the teacher. Brody lays down a $50 bet that Scott can't hit an 8-point shot from 50 yards. That challenge is quickly accepted as Scott goes into his house for his own bow, which prompts Brody to rethink his proposal.
You're going to have to do a lot of chores, Mr. Scott.
So what do you think are the coach's odds of being able to hit this?
Pretty darn good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty confident. Okay. The $50 is in jeopardy.
So, let it shake on it. We can still raise it to 10.
Huh? No, you've been talking to your daddy while I was inside, didn't you? You said shoot an 8 or better from right here.
10.
Do I got a witness? What do you say?
You didn't shake on it though.
Yeah.
Shake on it.
I told him show me that $50.
What's the range?
48 and a half.
Let's go 10 or more. Cool.
Puh.
When Arkansas's Great Outdoors returns, we'll see the results of that spit shake. Somebody wins some money. We'll also take you out to the big tournament, the R100 in Mayflower.
Hello, I'm Shane Dodge. I work here at Archery's Advantage, and I'm one of the bow techs. And I want to give y'all a safety tip, especially new people who are starting out. They want to go pick up one of their friends' bows, and first thing you know, they dry fire it. And this is what a dry fire is. It's a complete, you blow up your string, it comes all apart. And one of the best ways to make sure you don't do that is make sure there's always an arrow in the string. So come on down to see us, and if you do this, come see us because we can fix it.
We last left you with the dramatic moment where the young archery enthusiast challenged his coach. Let's now see the exciting results of what happened.
What's the range?
48 and a half.
Let's go 10 or more.
Puh.
No, if I win, if he misses, like.
You know how that works?
Yes.
You have to pay him $50.
Well, what happens if I win? Like he misses if it's only a 8.
He's not gonna miss.
He paid you $50. Going.
Yeah, he got it. He got it.
Shall we go look?
Yeah.
He got it.
I want to go. Oh!
I want the fix! I want the
Okay, we gotta see it.
Did you lose it purposely? He missed.
Which one's his?
The blue one.
Ah.
He missed.
There's the 10 ring.
Okay, so what do I get from that one?
You get them on my yard.
What?
For free.
Wow, you get to mow Coach's yard?
Look at that.
I want $20.
You have no idea how many arrows you might find. $10.
Yes.
Okay.
I just won $10.
You take card? You got a Venmo or?
Okay.
So with that boost of confidence, the team is ready to compete in the R100. The event is in Mayflower, and these kids and coaches look forward to it year-round.
R100 tries to make it fun with all the crazy targets because it makes you want to keep going and shoot the next one. But there are people not just from Arkansas, but like surrounding states, Tennessee, Oklahoma even, that come and shoot this R100.
So the R100, it's 100 targets. You can do it over the course of a couple days. We're gonna shoot 100 in today, one day. That's what we're gonna do it in. And there's dinosaurs all the way down to tiny little bears. That's what makes it so much fun, is just the wide variety that they have. And these kids, they push themselves to the limit when they're out here. It's hot, it's sticky, but it's finishing it. It's completing a job, and something that they have been striving for all year long, and I think it's just wonderful for them.
This is a 12 here, and then you want to try to just, stay in there. So it's basically a 10. Inside of here is a 10.
Okay.
Or right here is a 10.
Okay.
And then in here would be your 8s. Each target is different out here. They're not normal targets for the R100. They're more like fun targets, and so a lot of them are different than what we normally shoot. But then anything on his body is a 5.
Tracy is also there to help sort out the unique situation when one arrow punctures the fletching of another arrow.
Poor Joe's.
Did you get it?
I hit Joe's arrow.
Oh no! You almost Robin Hooded her arrow. She's gonna be
So how does that get scored?
Well, he hit, if he'd have hit here, it would be the same as this arrow. It would be called a Robin Hood, but he passed through it, so he could, you can feel where it probably kicked his arrow over, so that would be like a group call. It could be scored with a 10.
For the adults, it's a great way to stay connected to the sport they love. And specifically for these adults involved with 8-ring archery and BB, it's a way to provide a very meaningful contribution to the next generation.
I grew up hunting. I grew up with my dad. We did bow hunting, we did gun hunting, trapping. We pretty much did it all when I was a kid. And for me, the greatest times of my life was doing that. Really was. Those are my fondest memories growing up with my dad. And if I can do that with my kids and instill this love of the outdoors, that's what I want to do with my life.
Take a look at the impact these kids from BB had on the totals. The Cub division is 10 and under. They placed 2 in the top 5. The youth division is age 11 through 16, and there are quite a few entries in the top 25. And Rachel Smith and Tracy Shaw each finished in the top 10. When we come back, we've got some gift ideas for Dad as we gear up for Father's Day. Earlier in the show, you met Tracy Shaw, a Jonesboro outdoorswoman who is using her personal journey to inspire everyone to be able to get outside and appreciate all there is to see and do.
I started shooting a bow when I was 15 with my dad, and I started hunting and fishing very, very, very young. So throughout my childhood and being a teenager, I know how much it helped me work through a lot of things, even school or friends, or just gave me something to do not being inside. And so the influence that it made on me as I got older and had kids of my own, I wanted to instill that in my own kids. And then meeting other ladies in the outdoors, and they got excited about it, and I just try to pull everybody with me.
Now let's talk about the guys. We've got some ideas for Father's Day to help you gear up. All right, guys, Father's Day is coming up. We've got some gifts to put a smile on Dad's face. I want to start off with the fillet knife. This is from Morik Neve. Now, when you see the name, you probably think that it's a foreign word that stands for more knives, which we think is pretty awesome. But the Mora is actually the name of the city in Sweden where they make the knives, and they've been doing it since the 1800s. This is the Morik Neve fillet knife, the 155 model. And let me just show you a couple of things that are pretty neat about this. One is you've got a partially rounded tip. This allows you to penetrate, especially when you're working that dorsal line. And it's also got just the right amount of flex in the blade, and this helps you when you are filleting and getting the skin off of that last little bit. Okay, so dads love to grill, and we've got a great way to grill on the go. This is the Yuko flat pack portable grill and fire pit, and in just about the amount of time it takes me to tell you the name of the product, we are set up and ready to go with 130 square inches of grilling space. Now the thing is about 3 pounds, and it packs up to just about 1.5 inches thick in a nice little handy carrying pouch. Who doesn't love flashlights? This is a great compact flashlight. It plugs in USB to charge that way. It'll last you a couple hours, 100 lumens. But this has a little extra punch. It has an arc plasma lighter. Nothing cooler than that. Look at that, 1,400 degrees that it will windproof way to start a fire when you need a fire and you're out in the woods. So a flashlight with an arc plasma lighter. You've also got the compact grill and fire pit. yukogear.com. You can look up both of these. This is $50, the flashlight's $25. A couple of great gifts for Dad. Now let's check out our friends at Archer's Advantage for more.
Jeremy at Archer's Advantage. We've got 3D targets, bag targets for Dad if he wants to get his skills up to par for the coming season. We've got protective cases to protect his expensive gear. We've got Rambo bikes. We got 80-mile range, 20 plus miles per hour. Both models you see here, 10% off. One more idea if Dad's looking to upgrade his camo wardrobe for this coming hunting season, we've got Element and Badlands camo, 40% off. To give you an idea of our inventory that we have traditional bows for the beginner, we have long draw bows for the tall guys that are hard to fit. We've got a large selection of compounds on hand, probably the largest of any archery-only store in the state. If all else fails, we have gift cards to make Dad happy on Father's Day. Come see us.
Thank you for watching today. We got a great sense for the growth of archery in Arkansas. We followed that youth group from BB as they competed in a statewide tournament in Mayflower. We also went fish farming in Paragould, and we also gave you some great ideas for Father's Day. I hope my kids were watching. We'll see you next week on Arkansas's Great Outdoors.